Hey guys, Anford here, and welcome back to another video. And today is a video that I've wanted to make for quite some time now, and that is how to do YouTube for under $50. This video is going to concentrate more on the commentary side of things, because I know a lot of people who watch my channel are aspiring gamers who want to do commentary on YouTube and always have the question, well, hey Ant, what do I need to do to get started? What's the best software? What's the best hardware? What can I do to start off as a YouTuber? So in this video, I'm going to do my very best to answer it in the most truthful way possible. I know that some of these answers may not be what you guys want to hear, but they're going to be the truthful answers in my honest opinion. So take this information with a grain of salt, and let's go ahead, let's launch right into it here. Chapter 1. Getting started on YouTube. Make videos, don't force yourself to perfection. Step 2. Seriously, get something out there. Step 3. Once released, judge your own videos. Step 4. Don't let anyone convince you to stop. Step 5. Repeat steps 1 through 4. I can tell you guys right now that I have gotten a lot of criticism from people to stop making videos or stop making vlogs, whether it be because of the way that I look or because they don't enjoy my videos. And that is complete and total horseshit. Sorry for the language, but it's true. Because if you are an aspiring YouTuber, then you need to enjoy what you do. You need to love the fact that you're doing it. No matter how you're doing it, no matter what, you gotta get a product out there. You need to evaluate it once it's out there, and then you need to repeat that process. Because if you find yourself stuck in the rigmarole of, oh, I don't know what to make, I don't know what to do, then you're never gonna actually get something out there. So even if the first product that you get on YouTube, no matter what it is, gaming, vlogging, whatever, if it's imperfect, that doesn't matter. It's much more of a reward. It's a much bigger success to get something out there, to put your persona online and have it be public. That doing that is more important than perfecting the process in the beginning. It might take you years to perfect that process, but as long as you love doing it and you do it consistently, that's a big one. Consistency is key, like actually getting videos out there on a consistent basis. It's like absolute. That's what you got to do. So before you worry about the hardware, the software, anything, do that. And I promise you guys that as long as you keep enjoy doing it and you keep criticizing your own content and you make sure that you're making the best content that you can possibly make, then there's a large chance you can become successful on YouTube. But those things are key. You cannot and will not succeed on YouTube if you hate doing it. So yeah. Chapter 2. Picking hardware that suits you. So what I'm going to be talking about in this video here in terms of the price to performance log here can apply to absolutely everything that you wind up buying. Now, I'm mostly going to be talking about microphones and microphone equipment in this video. However, when you are looking to buy something maybe like a camera, maybe like lighting equipment, audio equipment, whether that be external audio equipment or internal audio equipment for use with a computer like a microphone, or for example like a webcam or a monitor or a keyboard or a mouse or whatever, look up reviews online, look up reviews on YouTube, because especially on YouTube, you know you're going to get, for the most part, truthful reviews. Because if you find a review that's falsified information, then the comment section and the ratings of that video are going to reflect it. So definitely take the reviews that you find online with a grain of salt, even especially this video, because if you find yourself, you have a lot more than $50 to spend, as you guys have probably seen from the title of the video, this is something like YouTube for under $50, then, go with that. Just figure out what your priorities are. Are your priorities to get really good sound because you're good at editing with free software? Great, go with that. Oh, you already have a great microphone and you're looking for upgraded software? Good, go with that. Choose your priorities first. But what I'm going to be getting into here is specifically microphones. So out in front of me here, I've actually laid out a price to performance graph. So the more you wind up spending, the more performance you're going to get. But let's just say, for example, the difference between $0 and $100 is a lot less than the difference between $100 and $200+. So definitely you can be very frugal when it comes to pricing out your stuff. Now, before I get into any of this here, I do want to note that nothing on this list, hardware, software, whatever, paid to be on this list. None of these are sponsorships, nothing like that. All of the items that are on this list are on this list on my own volition. Starting off first here, as far as microphones are concerned, this little guy right here is what I recommend for the whole YouTube under $50 experience. This is the Samson Go microphone, and it is about $30 on Amazon. If you guys want an example from me in terms of how I've used this microphone right here, then be sure to check out the Torched mod on YouTube. It's a mod review that I made, I think in June of 2012. No, I made it in September of 2013 when I moved, because I didn't actually have access to this computer because it was all packed away. So for that one video, I used this microphone, and I am personally very happy with the result. And I used it by sort of fashioning it to like this clip here, which I think with one hand will be nearly impossible to get. But anyways, you guys get the point. Bam, there we go, got it. And I actually ghetto fashioned this $5 windscreen, and I cut it up and used super glue on the edge here, and I just sort of wrapped it around the microphone, and that sort of acts like a pop filter for $5. So yeah, plugs in with a little USB extension cord. This is a cardioid microphone, so it can actually it's also, a condenser microphone, so it's meant to be spoken to very, very close, and it gets that sort of crisp sound to it. But for $30, the performance you get out of it is amazing. So yeah, I have direct experience with this microphone, and I do recommend it. Moving up the price log here, you can get, I think, I don't have it listed, but the Blue Snowball microphone is $44. I don't have direct experience with this microphone, but what I would recommend you guys do is look up reviews on it, see if you guys are satisfied with the sound if you wind up looking up a review of it. So next up on the list is the Blue Yeti microphone and the AT2020 microphone. In the past, I would recommend the AT2020 microphone because it used to be $100 everywhere for the USB version anyways. You need to be very specific because there's two versions of it. There's the USB and there's the XLR version. The USB version though is now like $150, whereas the Blue Yeti is now $100. So the Blue Yeti falls about here, the AT2020 falls about there. But the AT2020 was my first microphone. I used it for well over a year. So yeah. When you wind up getting over the $100 threshold, though, when it comes to microphones, things start getting a lot more, well, confusing because there's a lot more choices that you can wind up coming up with. Personally, when it comes to going over $100, just start looking up reviews like crazy and find out what suits you best. As far as the microphones that I have used are concerned, this is the MXL USB 009 microphone. I know both myself and Captain Sparkles have used this microphone. I was very satisfied with it, but I did have some driver issues here and there, but it wasn't really all that bad. And yeah, I enjoyed it for, I think it was like a year or so I used that microphone. And now presently I am using the AKG C214 microphone with an audio interface. So specifically this right here is the Behringer Q502 audio interface, and it comes with a compressor. That's the blue knob right there, which means it can compress the audio that would otherwise peak, like where you get hear audio that's just very distorted because someone talked too loud. It can compress that so you don't wind up hearing that, which is really cool. And I have it all set up on this shock mount, or this boom arm right here. This is the, let's see, the Rode PSA-1 mic boom arm. That's $100. The Samson SP-1 shock mount is like $22 if you want a shock mount for your microphone. It all gets really, really fancy and technical at this point. But yeah, as far as going under 50 bucks, just look up those reviews and you should be set. Let's move on. Chapter 3, picking software that suits you. So this specifically is going to apply to editing software and capturing software when it comes to the whole gaming commentary space. But if you're looking to make videos, then the software for editing is going to be very applicable to you as well. So while I do have a graph here where, like I was explaining price to performance, this thing can kind of go out the window, because when it comes to software, free software is perfectly good. Whereas, with the hardware side of things, unless a friend gives you that information, then, maybe like free hardware, it's not really possible. I don't recommend stealing, that's not really a good thing. But when it comes to software, you can get good free software. So let's go ahead and let's explain some of these things here. So as far as the free software category is concerned, there is one piece of software I can recommend for editing on both Windows and Mac, and that is OBS. It stands for Open Broadcaster Software. It is great capture software. It's great streaming software. And specifically on Mac, you're going to be looking for OBS multi-platform. So yeah, there's not going to be a guide in this video on how to use it, nor do I think I'm going to release one. There are plenty of good guides out there on the interwebs that you guys can look up for yourselves that I've been talking about, you know, for the entire video here. So yeah, as far as free editing software is concerned, on Windows, you got Windows Live Movie Maker, which I think you can find just by Googling that, and it's totally free. It's a little bit weird to edit with, but it is very functional. And then on Apple, you have a very, very well-equipped editing software called iMovie, and I do believe that is free as well. But dumping into the non-free software, this is going to be a mix of capture software and mostly editing software. As far as capture software is concerned, I cannot recommend Fraps because it's really quite outdated, and for the price, it's just not worth it anymore. I consider OBS to be a much better option than Fraps all around. But as far as paid capture software is concerned, I'd recommend DxStory, because if you're looking to capture multiple audio channels or you're looking to capture really perfect looking video, then DxStory I think is where it's at. It's got tons and tons and tons and tons of options that'll be open for you. And it costs about 3,800, I think that's Japanese yen, which converts to about $33 in USD. As of January 2016, a year ago, 2 years ago, that was about $43. So, you know, just take that with a grain of salt. As far as editing software is concerned, you got a couple of options. If you are on Apple, if you're on Apple computers and you want different editing software, or you just want to get the best of the best in general because it is the best, I'd recommend Adobe Premiere Pro. It's free for 30 days and then you got to pay $20 a month afterwards. So it doesn't cost thousands of dollars like it used to, but you do have that monthly sort of fee that you got to pay. Now, as far as like capturing with like gameplay footage is concerned, I have run into issues when it's come to, you know, the Adobe suite. So maybe take that with a grain of salt. That's why I would recommend at least checking out the trial, see if the footage imports fine for you. But I personally have some weird issues with it where like the footage gets all janky and whatnot and skips around and there's nothing I can do about that. So maybe if you capture video like uncompressed, then that is probably fine for you. If you're doing nothing but capturing footage on a camera, then it's probably going to be just fine for you as well. That's more or less what it's made for. It's film editing, not necessarily gameplay editing. So yeah. All right, as far as the Sony Vegas options are concerned, which is what I personally use, Sony Vegas Pro Edit 12, but 13 is available for a lower price than, 13 here. 13 is available at a lower price than Sony Vegas Pro Edit 12, so yeah. But as far as the cheap option is concerned for Sony Vegas Movie Studio, you can get that for anywhere from $30 to $50. Like, that's like an almost fully fledged editing software that I think the only limitation with it is that it has like 10 editing tracks that you can use at a time, so you can't create any more than 10 at a time. There might be like fixes for that or something, I don't really know, but I know it's like intended. So yeah. And if you want the really professional option, then Sony Vegas Pro Edit 12 or 13 you can get for around $400 or so. So yeah. As far as camera equipment is concerned, because I don't really have a specific section dedicated to this, maybe look up, I think Casey Neistat has done a great guide on like what good camera equipment is, because the best advice that I can give you guys, and especially what I talked about at the beginning of the video, is the most important thing is to get a product out there. Take whatever you have, take whatever you can get your hands on, whatever you can borrow, and make the videos that you want to make. And then criticize those videos. Make sure you learn from those experiences and make your content that much better when you wind up making your second video, your third video. Before you know it, you've released 1,900 videos on YouTube. I think I'm around that number, like 1,900 videos on YouTube. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too much else that I want to go over in this video. I mean, I hope that all of this has like helped you guys. If there's any questions you guys have, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. I will try and field as many questions as I can in that regard. But yeah, I mean, as far as any other type of hardware, any other type of software is concerned, the internet and looking up reviews and making sure that people comment on those reviews with their feedback as well is the most important thing that you can do as far as picking hardware, picking software for anything. Lighting, computer equipment like computer parts, motherboards, video cards, processors, hard drives, monitors, keyboards, mice, whatever. It doesn't matter. Look up reviews, find out what's going to work for you. So anyways, guys, that has been my YouTube for under $50 video. I hope you all have enjoyed. My name is Ant Venom, and before I go, don't ever let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let anyone tell you to stop making content. Because if I decided to quit YouTube for a day for every comment that I said that like complained that I had acne or something, then I would have quit a long time ago. But I didn't. I'm still here. And I always will be here because I enjoy the crap out of this process. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't have done it for 5 years straight or more. I've been making YouTube videos for almost 10 years now. And like, that was when before YouTube was bought by Google. Seriously, I've been making videos since April of 2006 when I found the site. So yeah, I didn't let anything stop me. So anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed. My name is Ant Venom, and I bid you all farewell, guys. Thanks so much for watching.